Hey there, this is attorney Sarah Holmes of Holmes Business Law P.C. We are a business and trademark law firm that also offers general counsel subscription services to business owners. So today in the video, we are talking about the top 5 legal issues you should avoid as a business owner. Now, there are probably way more than 5 legal issues that you need to avoid, but the top 5 that we see every day are as follows. Number 1. Not being designated to operate a business legally. Now, what does that mean? That can mean a whole lot of things. So, in whatever state you are located in and that you're operating your business from, you need to have some way of being officially sanctioned by your state and sometimes on the local level to actually do business there. Sometimes that requires a registration with the state, whether that's you're going to form an entity like an LLC, limited liability company, whether you're going to do business as yourself, but you're doing it under a fictitious name. Those are things that normally require a filing with your state. Now, on the local level, and sometimes depending on what state you're in at the state level, you may also need a license to do business. So for example, if you're in Pennsylvania and you're in Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia has its own business license requirement where you need to have a license from Philadelphia to operate. Now, what we've seen some people do in the past is they simply set up their business in one state, then all of a sudden they're using an address or actually operating from a different state. That could be a big problem if you are not actually registered to do business or approved to do business in that state. Typically, whatever state you go to and that you are conducting business in, you want to register with that state as well so that you are operating there legally. The second issue that is a big legal problem potentially for your business is if you have partners and you do not have a partnership agreement or an operating agreement if you're an LLC or a shareholder agreement if you are a corporation. Anytime you have business partners, no matter if it's your brother, your mother, your cousin, your best friend, you always need to have a written agreement with your business partner. In fact, most of the time the bank won't even open an account for you without that. But you need something that outlines the nature of the relationship, what people are going to do, most importantly, how much people own of the business, and how the votes are going to be run on different issues for the business. We've seen a lot of nightmare scenarios where partners do not have a written agreement. And what happens in that case, if you end up in a partnership dispute, is then you have to go by the state's default rules regarding either LLCs or corporations, and then the state gets to decide how your business is going to be broken up or operated, and typically those rules will not be what you want them to be and may not be in your favor. Issue number 3 is trademark or other IP infringement. Many people start out with a business name. Maybe they haven't done a trademark search, and it could be months or even years into their business when they get a cease and desist letter from someone else asking them to stop using the name because this name is already in use by someone else. Could be someone else in another state, and it really depends on what you're using it for and how close it is to the person that's claiming you're infringing on their trademark. Now, there's other types of infringement that you definitely don't want to commit as a business owner. That could be copyright infringement. What that looks like typically is you're taking images or text somewhere off the web that does not belong to you, and you're using it somewhere else commercially, mostly in connection with getting a profit. So you don't want to use other people's content or photos. Even if you're giving them a credit, you should really not do that unless you've gotten written permission and you have a type of license from the owner of that material to use those items, especially if you're using them in connection with your business for a profit. Now, the other thing, the fourth issue for businesses is use written contracts. Many people are old school, or even if they're not old school, we find that it's like a fear issue. They fear that if they give someone a written contract, that person's going to be intimidated or turned off and not want to do business with them. I would tell you that you're thinking about it the wrong way, and that most savvy business people that know what they're doing are going to find it really odd that you're not asking for them to sign a contract and that you're keeping it informal. A lot of people do not like that because it's not clear on whether, what are the expectations, how much you're getting paid, what's the scope of work. So always use written contracts, especially for services or other things, or if there's any question as to work product and who's going to own work product at the end. Make sure to get it in writing. And finally, what is the last legal tip, what you should not get yourself into? is not having insurance for different types of claims. Now, there are a million different types of insurance coverage available to business owners. Not every business needs all types of coverage. However, if you get into trouble and you have a claim filed against your business and you find out you don't have coverage for that type of claim, that's going to be very painful, because often the insurance coverage would have covered counsel, court fees, all kinds of things for you. So if you have any questions about what type of insurance coverage you might need for your business, it's best to we could talk to us, a business lawyer. You could talk to a broker that specializes in business insurance, and really have someone understand what it is you're doing, what the nature of the risk is, and try to make sure you have the proper coverage for that. If you ever do get a claim, you will be so glad that you have insurance coverage to help you out. So if you have any questions, need any legal help with your business, feel free to reach out to our office. Our number is 215-482-0285. Thanks.